Hi, welcome to Intro to Digital Fabrication. At this point, you've made it to the class website, so congratulations, you are already making progress. And what this video is going to do is really introduce you to the class, how to navigate the website, and help you get started with this first week's assignments. So this class will be asynchronous, which means most of the lectures are going to be online, and most of the in-person training or actual lab work will be in person and will be scheduled. So with that said, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on myself. So I actually started at Wheaton about a year ago, and I majored in fine arts when I was a college student and found my way into a fab lab. And ultimately, all of my artwork was created using digital fabrication. So it was laser cut or 3D printed or CNC routed, and I got into using electronics. So that's really what kind of ignited my passion for this. And since then, I've stayed within the field of digital fabrication and really love teaching others and sharing with others how to use this technology. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the syllabus. There's a few things on the syllabus that I want to highlight and make sure you don't miss. And then we're going to go through kind of the first week's assignments, which you should probably get started on within the next few days. Okay, let's get started with that. We're going to go ahead and head over to the course website, which is mkdunaway.github.io. And this website is still in progress. There can definitely be some glitches here and there, so feel free to let me know if you run into any problems like that. So the first thing that we'll look at is the syllabus. So if you click right here, the syllabus should open up. You may have to sign into your Wheaton account. I am only going to go over really important details, but I think that you should read this in full by yourself. The first thing to notice is that this class is asynchronous and these dates are really important. So we're going to start this week, and after Thanksgiving break, there will be no more assignments. So the class is essentially over once you leave for Thanksgiving break. The other thing to notice is I don't have office hours. If you'd like to meet with me, and I'd really love to meet with you and get to know you, we can set up a one-on-one. My Google Calendar is typically up to date, so I'm typically here till about 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Or you can just send me an email and we can schedule it that way. All right, so we're gonna go over weekly assignments. So weekly assignments are 100% of your final grade. There's not going to be a final project. I think they're about 13 weeks. And the really important part is that each week your assignments are due by midnight on Wednesday. So I'll grade on Thursday. The rubrics for each week can be found here. And we'll look at that in just a second. This is the other very important thing. All of your assignments are going to be graded based on your website documentation. So for example, the second week when we go over computer-aided design, you're going to be asked to 3D print something. You can 3D print something successfully, you can do the entire assignment, but let's say you don't add that content to your web pages. To me, for my purposes, if it's not on your web page, you didn't do it. So you need to get into the habit of having your camera or having your phone or having some type of device to take pictures with whenever you're in the lab working, and constantly recording your failures, your successes. If you're doing work online, you need to get into the habit of taking screenshots, and then you need to get into the habit of writing whatever your notes are into your brackets, which we'll go over, which is going to be then uploaded to your website. So we will make a website the first week of class, and we'll look at that in just a second, but just know it's really important that you stay on top of updating your website. And this is the next thing that's important. So each week can be resubmitted for a higher grade one time. So let's say in a few weeks you get a C from me and you're not satisfied with that and you want to try again, you can. And you just resubmit and send me an email, let me know you're resubmitting, and you can try and get a higher grade. I think that this class structure is going to be new for you. It's definitely new for me. And it's going to be a lot of new content. And if you've never done anything with digital fabrication, it's going to be pretty tricky. So I think that it's important to let you try and hit a home run a second time if you can't the first. Safety in the labs is really important. I'm going to let you read through this mostly on your own, but I am going to say one rule of thumb is you should never ever be in the lab by yourself, which is kind of funny because we're trying to social distance, but there are a lot of dangerous tools in both of the spaces that you're primarily going to be working in, and you should never be there by yourself. Also, there could be some classes or trainings where you need to show up with closed-toed shoes. If you have long hair, it needs to be tied behind your head. You can't be walking in with lanyards or anything that's dangling from your body. So I'll try and stay on top of letting you know when that's going to be, but just in general, don't show up to the lab tired, late at night, with no one else, and start working on projects. It's just not a recipe for a good time. The last thing I want to go over is this sentence right here. So while this is a course meant for beginners and it's a great introduction to how to best navigate the labs at Wheaton, this is also a required prerequisite for a class we'll be teaching next semester called Fab Academy. Fab Academy is a harder class, and you need to make an A in this class to be eligible to apply to be a part of that class. I think it's a really great opportunity, and it'll be the first time we're teaching it, like I said. If you're interested, do some research. You can check out their site, fabacademy.org. It originated from a professor at MIT who is now the director for the Center of Bits and Atoms, but now it's really its own entity, the Fab Foundation, and it's a really, really great course. If you have questions, let me know. I would love to talk with you about it. I actually did the course about a year ago, and my work is under 2020. So now we're going to head back to the course website, and we're going to go to weekly assignments, project management. So this is where your assignments will be, and this should be updated every week. So the first thing to notice is that the rubric will always be right here, and the rubric changes each week. So we can click on the rubric and see what's important this week for you to accomplish. We can also see that there is a schedule laser training ASAP button. So you do need to schedule your laser training preferably in the next 2 days so that we can get everyone trained by the end of this week. So what you'll do here is you'll click on this and you'll just write your name in here for a time. This should be editable by you, which means you could easily delete someone else's name. Please try not to do that. But if it says not available, don't put your name there. Any of these other times are free. You need to sign up 24 hours ahead of time, so you can't put your name in at 11 a.m. at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Your first assignment is to make a website. This is probably the hardest week of the entire class, and it's going to be hard. You will probably get very frustrated very quickly. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is insanely challenging and I'm dropping the class because this first week is so hard, I recommend you setting up a one-on-one with me and we can go through a lot of these steps together. This was really, really hard for me the first time I did it, and it's taken me time and a lot of YouTube videos to figure out what a good workflow is, and that's what I've tried to do in these videos. So with all of that said, welcome to Intro to Digital Fabrication. We're really excited to have you, and I look forward to meeting you in person this week for your laser training. Remember to come to Lab 213 in the Old Science Center, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.